I saw this video on YouTube that was made 3 years ago, but it still irks me. And I hate it because it has this very negative outlook on women, saying that they're all evil. And I understand that there's some women out there that are just notoriously evil and they're very much sick in the head. But there's also good women out there. There's some mothers who are trying to survive for their children, that's trying to get as much finances as she can so that her babies, her children, her kids can grow up and also do the same thing and fight for their children and family. But there's also a man out there that is evil, that's done murder, other things that are considered very evil. But yeah, there can be good woman, there can be good man, and there can be evil woman, there can be evil man. Maybe this person who is being interviewed will change their outlook because this video was like 3 years ago. But if they still like stay on this path of like this negative mindset against women, then it's just gonna be unhealthy, man. Because you're spreading this philosophy, this idea that women were made only to be demons or these evil people out there that just want your seed and they want to like make hell spawns or whatever. Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good that he thinks that women are all evil.
Okay, my question was, if God is enough for one person, why did he create woman for man?
To create human beings so that he doesn't have to make them over and over with his hands.
So he didn't want to get
He was
tired?
kind of lazy.
Okay, I was going to say, because you gotta finish it up, because I was with...
Because he wanted to create love as well.
Okay.
And he created love through the man, and it passed down to the woman and the children.
I don't know if this dude is a pastor or a priest or whatever, but you cannot say that about God. You can't say that he was just lazy, so he just created a woman. No, he didn't do that just to create like mating things. No, he didn't do that for sexual things. It's because he wanted to make someone for Adam, because Adam was lonely and he needed someone. So if he just created another man, then how are they gonna like, be unique to each other?
Okay,
It's all about love.
one more question on that then. Since he is all-knowing and all-seeing, did he anticipate that man would fall subject to woman?
Absolutely.
Okay, but he
As
still
a matter
did
of
it
fact,
anyway.
he allowed it to happen so that Adam and Eve could become together, husband and wife. Otherwise, Adam would not have been interested in her because he had a peaceful relationship with his father. Nothing was missing. And so he had to allow him to fall so that he could become attracted to the woman and they can make babies. That's why if you're going to get married, it's kind of best to do it in the fallen state, because once you wake up, you need to, once you wake up,
Yeah.
you start to get over the world, the need of the world. You overcome mama, so the woman is no longer your God. You have peace, and so you don't really, nothing is missing. And so it's hard to really get together if nothing is missing.
I'm sorry if I don't really understand him because he's babbling on something that I have no idea what he's saying, but okay, women are not just essential to man, but men are also essential to women, because God didn't create man for woman and women weren't created for men. No, it's so they can equal each other out, so they can respect each other because they're both unique. And if you just take out women altogether, then like it becomes a little disheartening, because then what would man do without woman? And the reason why God made Eve is because not because he wanted just to have babies with them. No, it's because Adam was lonely. Could you imagine being all by yourself, like the only human on earth, and you have no one to talk to besides maybe the animals? But like the animals can't talk to you, they don't know how to speak. But like, yeah, he made Eve so he can be with someone, you know?
So that's one of the purposes for the fallen state,
Right.
so that men and women can make babies.
Again, the whole purpose of Adam and Eve wasn't just so they can make babies. No, it was for love. They loved each other. They were married and they felt happy with each other because, they helped each other. It's not just so they can populate the earth. That might be one of God's ideals so the earth can be populated with humans, but like that's not his just main goal. His main goal was have Adam have someone to be with.
Yeah, I would just kind of add on to the topic about why woman was created and the idea that nothing was missing. I believe that the Lord said in the garden that there should be a helper for Adam, and there was no helper found, and so he created Eve for that purpose and also so that he would not be alone.
Yeah, so that he wanted men and women, he wanted to create human beings that way too, but he definitely created the woman to be a helpmate to the man. And that's why you shouldn't marry a woman that don't want to have babies and stay home and raise a family.
I'm sorry, but I have to say that man was not just made for woman, and woman is not made for man. They weren't made for just for each other for the purpose of solely doing their own gender role so that man can have a woman or a woman can just have a man. No, it's not that. It's about loving each other so they can have, comfort with each other. I also don't like it when he says that if you don't want to marry someone, don't marry like someone who doesn't want to have children, raise a family, and blah, blah, blah. That's a pretty toxic idea because I get it that you want a woman that's willing to have a family or is willing to fight for their family, but if they don't want to have a family, then you have to respect their wishes.
Yes, ma'am. You're right about that.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing as him, that I think they became the fallen state once Eve, listened to the serpent. So when Eve was created, they were not in the fallen state yet.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Adam had a relationship with his father. Right.
Yeah.
That's why men should not listen to women now, because the woman, Satan is her daddy, and she's going to give you the wrong advice, and you'll suffer.
You do have to realize that back when Adam and Eve were still in the garden, Eve was full of pureness and flawlessness, as well as Adam. So when she got tricked, people were thinking, oh, how can she be stupid that she fell for the serpent's trickery? But you have to realize Eve was pure. She didn't know anything because sin wasn't created. So that's how she got easily tricked. Another thing is that, yeah, women can give you bad advice, but they either mean it or don't mean it because, again, there's evil women out there, but there's also good women out there that may be thinking not too brightly that day, so just think about it.
You disagree with that? I like the disagreement, no problem. Why do you disagree with that?
Because you're calling all women evil.
Right.
Is this because of Eve and what she did with the snake? Okay, so where was Adam? He was letting her, he wasn't watching his woman. He was letting her go off with some serpent.
But by the time
some creep. Why was he not doing his job and doing the protecting?
Okay, I like that woman who just came up with that argument. Because if he's going to make a statement that he thinks women are evil because of what Eve did, then she can also make a statement that why did Adam not protect Eve if he's a man? I get it that Adam and Eve, they have purity and flawlessness before the serpent, so they probably trusted each other so much that they feel like they have the freedom to do anything. Because if Adam just went there and be the man, oh, how dare you, why I oughta, and then protects Eve, then Eve might think that he's being a bit too pushy, over controlling and stuff.
Well, he told her to stay away from the serpent when she came home and said, oh, I met the snake in the grass, and he told me I can be, paraphrasing, I can be my own boss, I can have abortions, I can do everything, right? And Satan was like, no, don't listen to her. Adam was like, don't listen to her. But you know the woman, she will not listen.
I just like to emphasis on this because he says that the snake or the serpent or Lucifer tried to trick Adam, but Adam refused. I would want to say this. You may have a different interpretation on the Bible or whatever, but the serpent didn't go to Adam first, nor did he refuse the apple from him. So it's like he's trying to make a man say, "Oh, look at this man, Adam. He didn't get the apple. He just refused because he knew what was happening, and God told him to not eat the apple. But look at Eve. She's a woman. She took it. Even Adam warned her." Because you do have to realize they were in a state where they were all pure, so they didn't really understand much about sin.
So he should have known his woman
Right.
and what she was going to do
Right.
and been more of a protector. So why was he being so beta?
So that men and women can make babies. It had to happen.
I think it takes two. I don't know.
It takes two
I
to
don't-
do what?
I don't think just calling just all women evil is helpful.
What do you want me to call them?
I mean, we're all fallen. It's not just women.
What?
It's not just women that are fallen. It's all humans.
But the woman is the man's God because Adam listened to the woman. You know how when men listen to women today, the women control them, right? Because she is his God. So Adam, the woman became the man's God because he listened to the woman. And Satan became her God because she listened to him.
I understand that Eve did make Adam eat the apple, but like you do understand that if he didn't eat the apple and if Eve didn't eat the apple, then I don't think anything would go in the direction of how fate was supposed to happen, because the fate of the Bible was that Jesus was supposed to die for his sins, and if that didn't happen, then there was no point of Jesus coming down or God coming down to earth so he can die for our sins. You also have to realize that if evil were to never happen, then there was no like honor in defeating it, because the purpose of Jesus coming down was that he can defeat evil itself. And I understand Jesus is a male, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't any woman that was good in the Bible. Say, for example, Mary. She was a very sweet and nice woman in the Bible.
And it's not the woman per se, but it's the spirit that's in the woman. And that's why she must be born again. She must return to the Father as well.
But everybody needs to be born again, not just women.
All people, yeah. But the man is overcoming the woman, and the woman is overcoming the serpent.
I mean, I get you, but I just don't think demonizing all women is. just
So
don't agree
did
with
God
that.
lie or something?
Huh? Did what?
Did God tell a lie because he said it?
He said all people are wicked.
Huh?
He says all people are wicked.
He said
all people are
They are. That's
they're
why we must be
sinful and
born
wicked.
again.
So everybody needs to be born again.
Right, all people.
Yeah.
But the woman got to overcome the serpent, and the man got to overcome the woman.
You know, I would hate to argue about male and woman evilness, but you do realize that the one who started the humanity downfall was the serpent, who is, by the way, considered a male in the story. So if you're arguing that, oh, woman started the downfall of man, no, it was the serpent. It was the serpent who started all of this. And I'm not saying that men are evil, nor am I saying that woman can't be evil. I'm just saying that you can't point a finger on gender and say that they started the downfall of humanity.
Okay, that's fine, but I mean, I just feel like men are going to end up in their, like, if they hear this, and it almost justifies some of the negative stereotypes or beliefs that are going on in the world right now, and I just feel like some people will take it the wrong way, and they won't look deeper into what you're saying.
What do you mean it would justify it?
Like a lot of people that, like a lot of men that hate women or being extra misogynist. Not that I'm feminist, I'm just saying.
Right.
There is violence towards women. It's increasing every day, and I'm
Right.
just, you know what I'm saying? Like some people aren't going to look at it from the spiritual eyes or that perspective, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right, all women are evil, and then it's just going to perpetuate those kind of.
So should I not
sick
say it
mentalities.
because some men may overreact to it?
I don't know, like evil, calling us evil and all that is just.
That's a good point. You can't necessarily say that all women are evil, and nor can you say all men are evil as well. Because if you just call all women evil, that, oh, they're devils, they're demons made from hell. No, that's not good because that's just going to perpetuate the man who abuses women or the man who hates women because they're misogynist or they have a judgment against women. You're just going to increase that by if you preaching about this, saying that it's good that all women are evil.
Well, you want me to say y'all nice? But so should I not say it?
There could be a little more PC, PC is the wrong word. There could be a little more sensitive way to put it.
Sensitive?
Yeah.
What the? How do you want?
Not a beta sense of sensitive, just sensitive to the fact that there are some men that are going to take this into a justification of why they treat women the way they do, or why.
Because that
they're
is the reason that they do
aggressive
it. All men hate women because they hate their mothers. And so that's why they're violent toward the woman. They can't handle her. She is his guy, right? And in her, there is no love. And he go crazy because he doesn't know how to deal with the hell in her. But if the guy know what they're getting into, they can then deal with it and bring peace upon the woman and the family.
So, is he justifying judgmental stereotypes against women and also domestic violence? Okay.
But if you don't know what you're dealing with, how would you want me to say it?
I'm not, I don't know. I'm just saying to say, I don't know. I just disagree with the we have no love and women
You
are
think that
evil
women
for
have
it.
love?
I think there's some women that have love.
Like who?
Like a lot of people, I know a lot of women that have love.
Like who?
Again, I hate when he says that, oh, I don't know how to say or what to say about women. They're just evil. You can just say that, oh, well, there is some evil woman out there and there is some good people out there. And there is woman out there that has love. For example, again, Mary, she very much loved Jesus.
I rest my
Good friends
case.
of mine, family members.
Your friends don't have love.
Okay.
You want to test it?
Huh? Yes,
Well-
how should I test it?
Be honest with them
I have been.
about themselves.
Brutally honest.
When you see them today, say, oh, you are evil.
Okay, I'm tired.
Are you, are you able to tell them that?
All right, that's just despicable that you should say that, oh, you're evil because you are woman. No, that's not good. Like, it's like he's saying that women don't have a soul. They don't have love for anyone. They don't like anyone. They're just pure evil. They don't like anything that God has to say to them. No, that's not true. I'm not trying to sound like a feminist or anything, but I don't believe any or a good majority of women are just simple bastards that are evil.
No, I don't think some of, like, I know what you're saying, but I know friends who have committed themselves to God and committed themselves to working on themselves and being the best version and the most godly that they can. And I don't think they're evil.
If they
I
have,
think they could do evil things in
They
a
could
fallen
do
state,
evil things?
possibly, but I wouldn't say they're evil at their core.
are they still in a fallen state?
No, I don't think, I
They
mean,
are-
well, technically as a human, yes, but I don't think
Well,
they're
they're in
intentionally
a fallen
living like
state,
that.
they're evil.
Sir, you are in a fallen state. I'm in a fallen state. Everyone on earth is at a fallen state at some point. Sure, they can pick themselves up by going to God, but if you're going to God as well, so can women. Women can go to God as well. That doesn't mean that man can only go to heaven. Woman can go to heaven because they can pick themselves up. They can connect to God. It's not just you, mister, that can connect to God. Not just man, okay?
Meaning that they have fallen away from God and Satan is their daddy.
Okay, but they're born again Christians.
And they are still in a fallen state.
No, I meant as in like human beings generally are fallen in a fallen world, but they're born again Christians.
And as a human being, they're still in a fallen state as a born again Christian.
You do have to realize everyone was born in a fallen state or everyone was born a sinner because they weren't really well developed. They weren't developing the mind and stuff. So to call them like their father is Satan, that's just disgusting. Because there can be men out there that worship Satan, and they can be the same development as a woman, and woman can have the same development as a man. So just to say that women have only the development to have the tendency to worship Satan is just flat out disgusting.
No, just living in a fallen world is what I meant. Like born again Christians living in a fallen world.
What do you mean by that? Maybe I don't understand.
They're born again Christians living by the word of God in a fallen world. So like, I mean, they're dealing with,
They're out in the world dealing with the world, and they're living by the word of God.
no, I mean, they're like stay-at-home moms and just wives, just friends. They're
If
not
they
like
have
out
been born again
doing-
of the Father, then they're not of evil anymore.
Okay, so I went, exactly,
But they will understand what I'm talking about then.
okay.
They wouldn't take it personal if they had been born again of the Father, overcome the mother, return to the Father. Right?
Okay,
That makes sense?
yeah,
So they would know that they came from evil.
right. They understand that, yeah.
Right. And so they wouldn't get angry at me for saying women are evil, right?
I'd have to ask them.
Really good. If they would, have them come on the show.
Okay, I'll try and bring them.
Oh, we'll have them on the Father State, Kelly. That'd be good, huh? Let's have some Christian women. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No, talk to my producer, okay? That's Kelly right there.
I have a question. How does he sees his granddaughters, his daughters, his wife? How does he see them? Because if he knows they're evil, does he see them as sinners or like scums of earth, like pests? Because if he does see them as like scums of the earth, then why does he even marry? Why is he even like this? And is he really a Christian because he has a hatred towards women? Or not just a hatred, but also believing the fact that women are evil? What also makes this extra sad that one of the top comments says that they gave up on women. And what's even more sad that there's people replying saying, I agree, I totally agree with this. And it's just sad because I understand that there's bad women out there, but there's also good women out there as well. If that man preaching about women being evil, I would like for him to step down as pastor or priest because he is not qualified for the job if he's going to have a misogynistic view on women. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good day, and no matter what you think of your religion, gender, or blah blah blah, please don't always think women are evil or the cause of all evilness, because there can be evil women out there, don't get me wrong, but there can also be some good ones out there. And with that being said, hope you guys have a good day. I'll go back to the graves and tell you more stories like this, and have a nice night. Goodbye.